The celebration continues here on the Big Mountain.
College football is back, and we're back on the Big Mountain, where we bring you a fresh take on the Big Ten, the Mountain West, and today, a celebration and some NFL picks.
Hey, it's great to have you here on the mountain. I'm JY. The guy way over there is Steve, and we've got two special guests. We got Kirk and Emmett right here. Kirk and Emmett right here. We're going to get to them. They're going to give us NFL picks for you guys on the semifinal game and who is going to be the Super Bowl champion. But before we get to them, we just want to say thank you to our subscribers. We just hit 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. We're already up to like 1,060, Steve. Yeah. Like within the last 4 days, we added 60 more. I guess we're doing something right. But these two guys were some of our very first subscribers, and we promised them we would get them on an episode, and here they are. We live up to our promises, at least we try to. So we got them on an episode.
And not only that, they're very important because they're our first two fans, but also they're the sons of our producer.
That's right.
PWB Productions. So, you know, we steal their dad all the time. He helps us with stuff. They were our first fans, our most loyal fans, so we wanted to have them on for our celebration of 1,000 subscribers.
Absolutely. So, hey, let's just give you a quick review or summary of what we're planning for the offseason. We just released a deep dive into a grant of rights document. We're going to have the second episode on that come out on Monday, so take a look at that if you're interested in a grant of rights document. We just came out with a series that we're going to be doing on the offseason here, College Football 2030. It'll be a 6 different episode series that we do here, January through, I think that's June or whatever that gets us to, June, July. Yep. So if you're interested in where Steve and I think things are going to be at here at the end of this decade, make sure you check that out. We're also going to dive into NIL. Specifically, I have a special guest that we're going to bring on. He's an agent and a lawyer. He deals with NIL from the very beginning. I want to do a couple different episodes with him, maybe one history lesson on how we got to where we are, and then another on where he thinks we're headed here with NIL, because it is changing very quickly. And the last thing we're going to do is a case study. We're going to pick 4 players. We haven't totally decided yet who they're going to be. We're going to pick 4 players, and we're going to watch how they move. They're players that went to the transfer portal and changed teams, and see how things go for them with their new team. So we're really excited for that. We're going to have one guy go from Power 5 to Power 5, one guy from Group of 5 to Group of 5, one up from Group of 5 to Power 5, and maybe one down from Power 5 to Group of 5, although I'm using old terminology that we're not going to be using much anymore, but I just did it again. Yep. Oopsie. So anything with that, Steve, before we get these guys and their picks for the NFL?
Yeah, just super excited. Our first year has been great so far. Really looking forward to this next year. It's been so much fun. I'm glad we decided to do this. So thank you, JY, for convincing me to do this.
Twisted his arm.
Yep. Thank you to our viewers, getting us to 1,000 subscribers, and just the comments and everything is great. And, you know, thank you to our number one and number 2 fans.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
I thought it was 1 and 2.
No.
1 and 2. Okay, they made it. They set the record straight.
Kirk and Emmett, and so I want to give them, our producer, and our fans a round of applause. Show the fans how excited you are for 1,000 viewers to be on the show. All right.
Yeah. This is what I do. Like, look at that. Okay, not really. So let's get into it now. The NFL. Are we ready? You guys excited for the semifinal games here, or I should say the conference championship games here? Who wants to go first?
Me. You can.
You want to go first? All right. You pick an AFC or NFC?
AFC.
All right. What do we got?
I got the Ravens beating the.
There's a hint on JY's shirt.
Mahomes?
Yeah, the Mahomes.
Yeah, he's got the Ravens
The
beating
Chiefs.
the Mahomes.
Yes.
The Chiefs. All right, what are you thinking in that game? Tough one.
Yeah, it's going to be really rainy that day, I think.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I saw the weather earlier. It's not supposed to look pretty. I
tough.
am going to take the Ravens. Mark Andrews going to be back, so
Okay.
I think they'll win by field goal.
You like the Ravens?
Yes.
Lamar Jackson looked pretty good here this
Yes.
last game, didn't he? He
Yeah.
performed. But you know who I'm going to take?
You're going to
The
take the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Ride in with my homies.
Yeah.
Gotta ride with my homies. So, yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. What do you got, Steve?
I'm also going with the Chiefs. The Ravens look amazing. They're a great team. They're a great team on paper, and they've shown it on the field this year that they're a great team. However, Just past experience. Mahomes has one of the best playoff records in history. Since he's become the starter, they've been in the AFC Championship game every single year. And his record in the postseason is something ridiculous. Tom Brady is one of the greatest ever. Mahomes is on pace of eclipsing Brady in all of those postseason records.
Yeah.
I think that's the difference. So I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I can't go against Mahomes. I
Yeah.
just can't do it. I just can't do it. Although it was a tough one. I agree with you. That should be a heck of a game. I'm really anxious for it. So you guys ready to get to the next one?
Yes.
We're starting with you again.
Yes.
What do you got?
I got the 49ers beating the Lions
Okay. Why?
because the 49ers beat the Packers.
That's right, and you're a Packers fan.
Yes.
So you got to have some redemption. You're going to want them to win the whole thing because then the Packers lose to the champion then. But we
Yeah.
won't get there yet. We won't get there
Yeah.
yet. We'll get to the Super Bowl next. All right, so we got – who'd you pick?
The 49ers.
The 49ers. All right, what do we got?
I have the
Kirk?
Lions in a big upset. I'm taking the Lions by a lot.
Are you?
Yes, I
Ooh,
think
I
the
love it.
Lions, they looked very good versus the Bucks.
Okay. All right. Well, what's going to happen in your household? You guys going to watch the game together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know who I'm taking?
The
49ers. I'm taking the Niners. I totally agree. I think they're a stud team. Lions had a great year, but I'm going with Shanahan. I'm a Shanahan fan, and Purdy's been great, so I'm with you. I'm taking the Niners. Steve, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you again. I think the 49ers are the best team in football. They just have the best roster top to bottom. The Lions are a great story, fun story. They've been a lot of fun to watch. They've been great in the playoffs. Their pass rush is crazy. Just the energy they have, especially when they were playing in Ford Field, the energy of the fans. I'm happy for the Detroit fans. Lived out there for 3 years when the Lions were just struggling and hating life. So just really happy for them. Great story, lots of fun. Love their coach. Jared Goff, great redemption story for him this year. Just absolutely loved seeing him have that success. But I'm going with the Niners. I think they're the best team in football. C-Mac, I think, is probably the best just player in football, outside of quarterbacks.
Right.
And I think they're going to continue to ride him. And I've been telling you, JY, for probably 15 years now, Kyle Shanahan, I think, is the best offensive mind in football. I think he's going to find a way to overcome the Lions and get into the Super Bowl.
All right, so then that takes us to the Super Bowl. We're going to pick who we think is going to be the Super Bowl champion. We'll start with you.
I think the Ravens are going to beat the 49ers because the way the Ravens looked versus the 49ers in the regular season was they destroyed them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a good reason. Yeah, you have a past game there you can kind of go back to. So, all right, what are you thinking, Kirk?
I'm going to take the Ravens.
Okay.
They're going to beat the Lions, and they're going to win that by 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson is going to have an amazing game. I think they win that because of the weather. The past 2 games has not been really good weather, except in Houston where it was dome. Well, actually, no, it wasn't in Houston, was it?
Not sure.
I have no idea. You're the NFL guy. Pretend that it was.
It wasn't.
Okay, well, it was someplace else.
It wasn't
You're fine.
Baltimore. The past 2 games they have had 2 rainy games.
Okay, all right.
So I think in a dome in Las Vegas,
Yeah.
they're gonna blow them out.
Okay, all right. I am going with neither of the 2 teams you picked. I'm actually not picking Mahomes. I'm going to pick Kyle Shanahan's 49ers as the Super Bowl champions. I'm not riding with my homies after this weekend. I'm getting off his bus, and I'm riding the 49ers bus. Steve, what you got?
Once again, I'm with you, JY. I think, I said earlier, I think the 49ers are the best team in football. I think they have the best roster. I think they have the best offensive coach. I think Mahomes. I do think Mahomes has enough magic to get them to the Super Bowl, but I think there's enough limitations on the Chiefs roster this year. They don't have some of the pieces they had before. This year, I just think the Niners all season have been the best team. They did have a hiccup in the regular season against the Ravens. Yeah. Brock Purdy, I think threw like 4 or 5 interceptions or something in that game.
I think he had 4.
Yeah, 4. It was a weird off game. He's been consistent all season, and I think I'm going with the 49ers, best team from beginning to end, I think, to win the Super Bowl.
Well, there you have it. We've got 2 Niners, and we've got the geniuses here for the NFL, both picking the Ravens. So you can decide who you want to go with. our special guests that know the NFL, picking the Ravens, or Steve and JY doing the Niners.
We're just college guys.
We're just college guys. Yeah. Hey, anything you guys want to say before we head out?
Going back to the Lions and 49ers game.
Yes.
I think Dan Gamble is going to gamble for it on 4th down at least twice.
Okay.
He goes for it a lot.
Okay. Steve loves those calls, by the way. He thinks they should be doing on
More coaches should go for it on 4th
Yes.
down, especially 4th and short once you get past the outside of like your 35, and more teams should go for 2 more often. So I'm hoping if he goes for
Never
goes for it on 4th down twice and they somehow pull up an upset, I'll be high-fiving you.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything for you, Emmett?
No.
Nope. You're good to go.
Yep.
Ready to say goodbye? Take this thing out.
Yep.
Hey, with that, we thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate our viewers, really appreciate our subscribers. Give us some comments down below. Make sure you give us a like. Make sure you give us a subscribe. With that, we'll see you next time on the Big Mountain.